camera look dirty. Ooh, that's better. That shit off. Peace and love, everybody. Welcome back to the live. I'm back in the A. My week in California was definitely a recharging, rehabilitating. I feel like I was reincarnated and came back to Atlanta. That's hikey what it feels like. Like the two lives that I did, the first one, well, the very first one was like me just embracing the environment. The second one was like, man, I don't want to talk about this for a minute. And then the most recent live was like, I feel like I was talking from a boxed in perspective, but at the same time, I still got deep in the conversation how I wanted to get into the conversation. So today, just like the title, we're going to talk about reincarnation, because that's what sparked in me today to talk about, while also listening to my recent live as motivation to come back up here and just get deeper in conversation how I want to. And I might have grabbed a smoothie. I'm actually going to also hoop today. I haven't hooped in like 2 weeks, and I haven't hooped outside in a while, so today's gonna be that day where I just get a good game in outside, play like 5 or 6 games, have a good warm-up, and yeah. So this is about to get very interesting, and yeah, if you're watching this, leave a like, subscribe, and yeah. Hold on, this menu looks good.
Would you like to try the smoothie bowls today?
No, I'm good. Y'all menu look new.
Is that today?
No.
What can I blend for you? Thank you for choosing Smoothie King. What can I blend for you?
1 second. Y'all menu look new.
It is. It has less on it than what it did before.
Really? That's cap. It looks like it's more.
They took the kids menu.
Oh.
And they just put like little boys and girls by the drinks that are kids drinks.
Ah.
Some of the drinks aren't on there.
Okay. I'm gonna do the pure recharge cause it's pineapple, strawberry, mango. Can you add bananas and multivitamin?
What flavor recharge?
Oh, it's 3 different flavors. I thought that was all the same. Okay, bet. Can I do the mango?
Mango strawberry?
Yeah.
You want sweet or natural strawberry?
Sweet.
Okay, and your items were multivitamin, and what was the first one?
Bananas.
All right, and is this a 32 ounce?
Yes.
Okay, is that all I can blend for you today?
Yes, ma'am. Who don't like potatoes?
You can put the one up for your soda.
This nigga said, do you like potatoes? Bro, you know, me and my friend Dre, we did a breakdown on potatoes. So you can either be a potato or a french fry. Meaning you can either stay the same and be dull, or you can mix it up, chop it up, season it up, and do something different. So my friend, I should ask you, are you a potato or a french fry? You know what I'm saying? Every cup I do.
1068, are you a Healthy Rewards member?
No. I can't get much higher, but from my supplier. $60. I use that for movies. Here you go. Can we work together? I'm a graphic designer. Hell yeah. Comment down in this video your social media and I can check you out. Love me a good smoothie, bro. I also need to get a whole fish menu and everything. I've been eating heavy all week. I need something light to just get me going. I can't get much higher, but to my supplier. I should have got. You know what's crazy? I haven't smoked weed in 6 months, 7 months. I'm a potato farm, Germany. What the fuck? Nigga, what? Man, like the video, bro.
932 is your change. Pull to the white X on the curb. It'll be out.
Thanks. All right, so we finna get into it while I wait for my smoothie. So reincarnation. From society standards, reincarnation is when you live your life, you die, and you are born back into another human body. Well, just like a lot of things in life, it's never that simple. The problem is a lot of companies simplify it just so that we don't allow our minds to expand on this idea. So when I was at work today at FedEx, I noticed since it's been hot outside. Hold up.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
You too. So I noticed this while I was at work. Uncle Nan said, "What's poppin', blood? What's good? What's good?" Genetically, I'm actually GD, so I could just hit you with the "what's poppin'." All right, but real talk though. So listen, like the video if you're here, and I'm gonna give you an introduction of who I am. I am Jared Cinco. I am an opportunistic thinker. I am an opportunistic artist, and I'm an opportunistic person. If you don't know what opportunistic means, that means I often think of the most possible positive outcomes with a lot of things. And because I'm an opportunistic thinker, that leads me to think outside of the box. And because I think outside of the box, I tend to find ways to tap into certain conversations and certain directions of information that makes things super lit. That's what they say to me about red. Hold on, this smoothie just hit. All right, so look, I'm about to head to the park. But while I head to the park, we're finna have this wonderful conversation. So tap in, y'all. Listen, bro. It's finna get dead ass, bro. Listen, bro. Wait, before I even tap in, bro. So I've been making music for a while. And one thing I'm grateful that I do, I can always present a certain like intention, a certain vibe to songs. And today I was listening to this Logic mixtape, and that shit was hard as fuck. And Logic is one of my favorite artists. And it was like a skit they did with Rick and Morty. And the skit was like, Morty, I want to hear, it was Rick's voice, like, I want to hear, you know, shaking ass and all this, that type of music, just to like tee me up, you know, because he's, you know, in a spaceship in space. And I was like, you know, as an artist, I want to show my duality, show that I can reach all levels of like people. So I'm gonna work on like how I can be more like lit, like turned up to my standards, to where I'm not being outside of myself, but it's also like, damn, this shit's fire. So I just wanted to say that because I make a lot of songs with like that's promoting self-awareness, healing, being the best version of yourself, you know. And I have a couple songs where it's like I'm having a good time, but I haven't worked on like a consistent amount of songs, so I'm just like working on like just having fun on the track. Today I was freestyling on the way from finishing my shift, and I was just like, damn, I just kept going without trying to think about all the high vibrational shit to say, but it was still a high vibe. It's crazy. All right, so listen to me, my friends. Listen to me. If you're here right now, like the video. It's about to get serious. It's about to get goddamn serious. All right, so when I was leaving work, leaving to go on my route, I saw ducks that was in the like the grass area where the warehouse was. And I had asked self a question. I was like, why is it that certain animals be around warehouses, be around certain establishments where there's like no lake, no pond, no nothing where they would usually be in nature? You know what was said? What was said was, when spirits or souls transition from their body, and the entity that they go to when they transition doesn't want them inside of their body, the universe sends them somewhere where their energy is comfortable. Let me break it down. When you transition, you go somewhere, or you transform where you are at. So for instance, we're born into a body, right? How are we born into a body? When you're born, you're living inside of your body. You control your body, right? When we transition, we go into a body, or we transform into another version of the body that we are in. An example of this, if you say Jesus in Spanish, you hear "Hey Zeus." He transformed himself from a electrical being to a metaphysical being that people worship and praise. So when most people say the Father, they're high-key talking about Zeus. Oh shit. It's a little outside the box, but roll with me. It's finna get serious. So, damn, Toyota. All right, I see you. He in the goddamn, that's the goddamn whoopie. Oh shit. All right, so listen. What we experience in our life is all downloaded. If you've ever heard of the Akashic Records, then you know this. For those who don't, I'm gonna break it down for you. Everything we do in life is recorded. Kevin Hart said in a video, if your life is a book, each page, it could be representation of a day, or each line in your book can represent a day. Each chapter in your life represents a new chapter. So for instance, I'm on a new chapter right now because I'm about to start a new job. I'm about to start doing things that is more in alignment with what I desire to do. And for your book, you could read into how your book could be by aligning yourself with the Akashic Records. And by aligning yourself with the Akashic Records, it gives you a chance to also read the books that you were part of previously in past lives. So when people transition after their book is done, if you think about it from this context, say for instance, the person you believe in or the God you believe in has a library, right? Your library or that deity's library, let's say Jesus, let's just say Jesus. Say Jesus has a library and you believed in Jesus your whole life, but Jesus is not appeased, or he doesn't approve you to have your book in his library. So what he does with your book, your existence, he puts it to the universe, which can be quote unquote I'm trying to think of what's the word I'm looking for. Think of the Salvation Army when you give clothes away. Think of that as like what's the word I'm looking for? Okay, so Jesus takes your book and he's like, I don't want you because you haven't done the things that has made me feel fulfilled by your energy. So I'm giving you to the mother or the universe, and the universe is going to place you somewhere where you need to be, where you can find fulfillment. Because souls and spirits, the ones that don't experience enough of exploration, enough of charge, enough of just experience in life, they are placed in somewhere where they are comfortable with because they've been doing comfortable things their whole life. So there are people that transition, and because they didn't do what their higher self or even whatever God or deity they believe in, they didn't do the things that makes them happy or them appeased by their light, the universe takes their same essence and places them inside of an item, an object, or an insect, or an animal that stays in the environment where they were comfortable. So if you've ever seen ducks or cats or random dogs in the street, If you've seen any animals that stay in a specific area all the time, they don't venture out, or you don't see new things in a new environment, this is a representation of a spirit or soul that stayed comfortable through their whole experience. And because they stayed comfortable, their soul and spirit is reincarnated inside of something that only stays in one environment. That's crazy. Oh shit. And I didn't even say everything that was on my damn. Whoa. We about to stop in a second so I can really break this down. Well, I feel like I did a good job though. I feel like that was some shit. That was some shit. Those who like the video, I appreciate you. Once I stop and actually break down everything I wrote, it's finna get serious. So, the reason why the world is, there's so many ways you can take this conversation, but to go in one direction with multiple options, the reason why this world is becoming more and more spiritual, more and more explorative, more like, it's more superhuman like ideas that come through people, because they're tapping into a superhuman version of themselves. Now, I said in 2 lives ago, the one that's titled, I figured out the true opposition to humanity. I said in that video that humans are one of the most powerful beings in the entire universe, because we house everything inside of us. Q Reeves has coined this, multiple other people have coined this. I'm just being part of the ones that is expressing this because our power is valuable. The things that we have for the universe, the things that the universe places within us is valuable, and valuable so much that it has caused others, such as gods or goddesses, stuff like that, it caused them to want to interact with human beings. So now it's gonna get dead ass. All right, I don't even care that nobody's in here. I might still talk. All right, deja vu. I had deja vu earlier today. The deja vu was like, I was heading down the street, and I was talking about the stuff that I was experiencing in California, and how I had a subconscious reading from a divine feminine while I was in California, and she's in South Carolina, but I trust her energy and I trust the value that she has and the things that she's learned, so I invested into her to basically invest back into me. And in the reading was saying that in order for you to gain more of the blessings that you desire, you have to be okay with being uncomfortable and taking your uncomfortable self and walking with it like it's your inner child. So for instance, if you're experiencing an uncomfortable situation, if you do this one thing, which is breathing, simply taking 2 to 8 seconds to simply breathe, to be present in the moment, you can take an action that leads to courage, that leads to love, and that also leads to fearlessness. Most people stay comfortable because they are not strong enough to be greater than their fears. Example, my family was not very excited when I told them the new job opportunity is sending me to California for my orientation. But I was stronger than my fears, and I decided, you know what? If I want to go do this, I got to be stronger than my fears to experience something that I really desire, especially going to somewhere I've never been before. So this is why I'm taking the opportunity, well, I've already taken the opportunity to go to California and be greater than my fears. That is the biggest thing that a lot of human beings, I feel, do not do. They don't take the accountability of being greater than their fears. And you got to understand the directions that you go with this, because some fears can be linked to traumas, some fears can be linked to family ancestral memories. Some traumas are linked to ancestral memories, and some traumas are linked to being afraid to break the cycle. Most people are stuck within a cycle within themselves, which is a loophole. What is a loophole? Hold up. All right, look. A loop is a recycle of past or emotional circumstances. A hole is like a black hole. So if a black hole sucks you in and you're stuck in this loop, you're going to be sucked into your loop. And the only way you can get pulled out of this loop is if you recognize the loop itself. Kind of like the idea where people say God is going to continue to project the lesson onto you until you're able to understand the lesson. It's the same exact thing. And this goes with physical experiences, mental experiences, emotional experiences, and spiritual experiences. Mental is when you have the idea or think about something. Spiritual is when your mind and body is experiencing it at the same time. So I'm gonna just go through these quick little points and I'm gonna be done. Deja vu. Deja vu is giving you a reanimating of a future that you can clearly see and possibly already live through time jumping. Time jumping is when you are able to jump to different timelines through understanding the loopholes, which we just talked about. For instance, I time jumped earlier because I saw the deja vu and I was like, if this is a deja vu happening right now, what can I do to make this moment greater than what has already happened? So it's like a plane of existence right here. Hold up. If it's like a plane of, think of this. Say for instance, this bottom part is a plane of existence and you can see the future, right? If you can see the future, you have the idea to either accept this or go higher. You can either accept what's already given to you or exceed the checkpoint. It's kind of like when you play video games. If you play Batman and it says you had to knock out 50 other inmates, you probably knocked out 65 of them because you did it easy and became fun. Some people time jump because they're having fun with advancing in their spiritual journey. When you transition from this body, the universe sends you to the place you're comfortable with until you find the will to explore. This is why reincarnation happens, but there's levels to it. So someone can be an explorer, they've traveled to different universes, galaxies, while living in this life. But what they decided to do is come back here because they feel like they can do more to help humanity. That is a real thing that's happened. And you have other beings that has transitioned and didn't experience enough, that didn't travel out, that didn't do things that made their soul want more of what life has to offer. And because they didn't explore more, didn't do more, that means that they decided, or the universe decided, to send you somewhere comfortable. Now here's where shit gets deep. Some people, not even some people, every human or everything has energy. And because everything has energy, everything has a level of consciousness. Your car, for instance, I made a video when I was at Walmart. I was finna get an oil change. My car turned my car off and it didn't turn back on. Once I got off live, I was like, look, we good. We gonna get right. Talk to the car because the car is conscious. Because guess what? I can drive it. I can move it. Anything that's conscious or anything that's energy can move. Energy in motion stays in motion until a greater force stops it. Breaks. So listen. My car was able to turn on because I communicated to it. Just to be simple. Because when I checked how much antifreeze I had, that shit was gone. Driving without antifreeze is like driving a car that is like driving with no antifreeze. It's like having a refrigerator that doesn't get cold. Everything in there will just die out fast. Everything needs a cooling system because it'll just be overheated. It'll just get hot. Having a cooling system is important because guess what? The cooling system balances out the energy of the body that the conscious entity is in. And I bring up this because every body and every item, every animal has consciousness inside of it. And like I said earlier, human beings are one of the strongest, most advanced beings in the universe because we house so many entities inside of us. There are gods and goddesses inside of us. There are pre-mortal beings inside of us, like a phoenix, like a dragon, like think about the owl from Avatar. That's probably in some people too. Think about the freaking giant ape from Dragon Ball Z. That's in people too. Think about Godzilla. That's in people too. I bring this conversation up because when people reincarnate without having the chance to explore or understand how important the soul is in their existence, something inside of them does more than they do. And they take their body and use it for their benefit when the person who originally owned the body is pushed to the side. This is what you call not only possession, but this is what you call possession. Look, when somebody reincarnates, it is either an entity that decided to reincarnate, or it's an entity that pushed someone out of the way and fought their way to be reincarnated. Think of a sperm. It is a trillion different sperms being shot into our mother, and only one makes it. One. That's like, imagine this whole thing a smoothie. Imagine only 1% of this smoothie is actually put to use when there's a big ass cup. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. All right. This is when I started to take this conversation to how reincarnation and rehab are kind of related. But I'm not going to get too deep into it, but I'm going to talk about the stuff I wrote down. Those who need rehab feel they don't have the resources to feel at home with themselves. You can actually reincarnate in this lifetime by separating and coming back together as one with the knowledge of what you've gained being separated. Separating, aka toxins, trauma, unresolved emotions, mental blockages, then coming back together with clarity, unity, love, peace, gratitude, praise, patience, and wholeness. Feeling at home with yourself makes everything so much easier. It doesn't necessarily mean things are gonna happen, in the blink of an eye, but it makes things more understanding for you to get a true grasp of who you are, what you are, and who is helping you in your journey. Because a lot of times humans feel like, not even humans, people feel like they're handling things all alone. People think they really are, like, single mothers are not inherently single doing it by themselves. They may be, the only one taking care of the child. But you have to understand, you as a single mother have so much help inside of you. If you tap into the help inside of you, it makes taking care of not only your children easier, but it takes care of your life a lot easier. I'm not a woman, but I'm just being honest because a lot of females don't embrace the fact that they are the original being that was first incarnated into this realm outside of Lyrans and reptilians and stuff like that. I mean, as a humanoid, as a human, we all know there was a mother gene that was first incarnated as like the Eve gene, right? The Eve gene was in a feminine body. Every female in this world can tap into the Eve gene. Every female, every man could too, but think about this. We only have X and Y. Y'all got two of the X's. Two of them. We missing a leg on the Y. We missing a leg on the Y. Goddamn. Like, women are so powerful. They just need to recognize how powerful they could be if they just go within more. And it's a lot of women that do. I'm not saying a lot isn't. It's a lot of women that do. It's just we see more men taking more of the initiative of talking about things like this. And you know what? Speaking of which, me and Trinity are gonna go live on either here or my Instagram. We're gonna go live simply because she needs to be heard. The stuff she knows, bro, I gotta catch up to her. Like, she's tapped into a lot of interesting things, and this stuff I want to learn. And because this new job is giving me the time to have the space and the opportunity to learn more and take my time and understand how everything I'm learning is connected with me metaphysically, bro, man, I must be shadow banned or something because only one person popping in and out. It's whatever though. I ain't tripping. I'm not. Plus it's Sunday. People probably sleep right now. About this now. Thank you to everyone who came into the live. I appreciate y'all. These 33 minutes was valuable. Very, very valuable. So I'm gonna end it off with this. If you're experiencing deja vu, you have the opportunity to experience a greater future than that deja vu is giving to you. If it is happening, it is an opportunity that God and the universe, your higher self, and your present self is giving you the chance to change the future, to jump timelines. That's what deja vu is giving you the chance to do. A loop is a repetition. A loop is a repetition of past emotional circumstances. So if you feel like you're going through the same things, address your emotions for a second and analyze what you're feeling, why you're feeling it, and where did this originate from. When you transition from this body, you either have the choice to go where you're gonna go, which is transferring, or be who you want to be, transforming. Or if you don't know how to do A or B, the universe will send you somewhere that is comfortable. But understand, there are many things that are at play when you transition. And you have to have the fortitude and the awareness to know what you must do. Those who need rehab, they don't have the resources to feel at home within themselves. And that is okay. The fact you even desire in rehab means you are searching for help. Hey, that's taking a step to gain the resources that you need to feel at home. I love you for that, and you should love you for that. And lastly, I don't care what God, I don't care what entity, I don't care who you believe in. Give you some praise. You know why? Because you deserve it. The fact you're watching this right now means you deserve some praise. So, clap it up for yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back because you're alive. You've went through your worst days and you're going to obtain even greater days. I love you. Thank you for watching. And continue to be the greatest version of yourself. It ain't hard, just do that shit. Every day we train it to become a greater version of us. Well, the real ones are. And if you consider a real one, you already know.